Still my favorite intro to this day. To this day, we're gonna have to dub that for something else because I need to hear it on a weekly, regular basis. Welcome you guys to this Raising Kanan live. Happy Saturday to everybody. We are really, really excited to have you here. Already 50 people in the house, you know what I'm saying? That is what we like to see. I'm definitely not here alone. Before we get into all those good things with myself and that sweet perspective, be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to run it up in the chat. Be sure to show us love on both sides and let us know what you thought about this episode. Ashley, how are you doing?
Muted.
Muted as
Give me
usual.
a minute. Girl, I was trying not to. I was singing in the background, okay? Singing in the background.
Get in the
Hey,
background.
I'm doing good. I'm good. I'm glad the season's almost over. I'm ready. I'm ready to get into it.
Oh, glad the season's almost over. You know that's a those are some choice
Right.
words,
We're coming out
Ashley.
the gate strong. You know what I mean? Let's.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But we're gonna get into why we would be, happy that the season's almost over because we ain't never here to waste y'all time. Ashley, what were your overall thoughts of episode 9? This ain't episode 5, 6, 7, it's 9. That means we got that climax in the waiting because we need to keep you in waiting to want to get into that season
Yeah.
5.
Yeah. It was fine. It wasn't atrocious. I mean, we got side missions, We met a new character. I want to know if he's Breeze. We saw some unalivings of some, lesser characters. Tyra, it was fine. Like it's fine. Everything's fine. I expect more. Like we are 4 seasons in. We've had some amazing penultimate episodes throughout the series, and it it didn't tweak my melons or get me hot, Tyra. It didn't do any of that for me.
We want to tweak
It
the
didn't.
melons now, don't we? Um I mean, it was cool. Like it was cool. A lot of juicy things are happening in this episode, but shout out to Lulu. Other than that, I could, I could take a leave out of the things that we have here. Am I salivating at the mouth as I have in previous seasons about what may be soon come in an episode 10 and the potential of a new season? Not yet, but I feel like they're going to have to come through and save something with episode 10 because you just got to. But I'm not mad at this episode. It wasn't good. It wasn't, not it wasn't good. It wasn't, fantastic. It wasn't bad. It was just somewhere in the middle, just really, really solid. Do I want more? Yeah. Most definitely want more, but this is what we have. And we're going to talk about what we got and maybe why we wanted something a little bit more. Thank you so much, DeMarcus Vaughn, for the $5. Pop turned Crystal from the prom queen to the prom
Wow.
faint. Pop smoked Crystal just like Rock smoked Scrappy and Howard. Oh, we got to get into Crystal. I told y'all Chris was going to be over there being a Renee every night. I wonder why my shorty had to die. We cannot allow Crystal to go into another season. But y'all, it's not just myself and Ashley. Y'all know we love a good man to stop by. A man is in the back, and I'm happy that he's here to join us and get into Raising Kanan at the start. Welcome to the stage, Brandon Keith Avery. Hey,
Hello,
B.
hello, hello. How y'all doing out there? Thank you for having me.
We're good. Yeah, we're good. We're happy to have you here. Before we dive in, what were your overall thoughts of this
I
episode?
really enjoyed it. I'm glad to say that because I think the last time I was here or you was going live and I put a comment like, the show is getting kind of stinky. And I think I have a title like, it's kind of just going downhill. But to be honest, yeah, it's been a while and the show has been watching me more than it. But the last 2 episodes I've really been paying attention to, and it's getting better and better and better. And I think this is a good episode 9. I think it's a good setup for the finale. Um, I'm happy. I really don't have any complaints, but this is a really good episode, and I'm excited to get into it.
Yeah, I'm definitely here for it. Y'all make me feel welcome in the chat. I know how them first 2 seasons was hitting, so I think my expectations are high. They're pretty hot. But getting into the RIP of it all, we already knew for the most part that Crystal was not rolling into another season of Raising Kanan. Did I expect Crystal to get popped so abruptly, literally 2 minutes into the episode? Absolutely not. I was really shocked. I was shock and awe. Shock and awe was everything. I thought they would at least have like a life in the balance. Will they or won't they? Will he get to her? And of course, she was going to die anyway. But I thought that they were going to kind of play with it a little bit. No, we literally have, snap, crackle, pop in them. Me and Ashley spoke on her last episode about how maybe she was more so the brains behind the operation, running things, and that we would maybe get her in here trying to appeal to, a feminine nature. I'm a woman, good cop, bad cop type situation. Yeah, but not so much because we fed Crystal the driest, like, oh, you couldn't even give me no jelly before I went out of this world. Fed me a peanut butter. You know how peanut butter gets stuck to the roof of your mouth? Girl, awful. Not only did we do that, we doped her up. We got information out of her that we already knew, which we would think that she knows, because every time you talk to Kanan, it's not like he's leaning in one direction or he's questioning anything. He's also always thinking that Rock is the guilty party. So we really didn't need to squeeze this out of her. But since you did, and we seen you seen our face, you definitely can't walk out of here. We pop Crystal immediately. Ashley?
Yeah, we know snap crack on pop is a whole demon out here in these streets. I did I need Crystal in her panties? No. Did we do I care too much that Crystal's gone? I don't. I wanted to, but here's the thing. Snap, Crackle, and Pop just have such a strong disdain for human life. Like they could care less. I think it made me question them more. I told you last episode that I would like it if we got any of these episodes, maybe next season we'll go there. I would like to know kind of their origins and how their inner workings go between the both of them as this married couple. Because like I told you, I do think she's the brains behind the operation, but this was wasteful. Crystal didn't know anything. She was on a bus on her way out. She could have lived. Y'all could have let this young girl live. The streets needed a body, and we knew they were going to deliver somebody. I was hoping it was Marvin. Y'all said it was probably going to be Crystal, and I mean, y'all were right. Rest in peace to this lady. She didn't live long. She didn't live well.
Ashley said, live long and
She was a
prosper.
cautionary tale. Don't mess with them hoodlums, honey, because they'll get you caught up every single time, especially a young whippersnapper like Kanan. Rest in peace to Crystal.
I don't know. I'm gonna come back to Crystal and some things that I thought about with this episode with some other person in the Power universe. But B, what about you? Did you feel for Crystal? Did you see this coming? And was it too soon?
Before that, just gotta say congratulations on 30K subs. Woo, 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 woo. You know what I'm saying? And my man
Thank
Ashley,
you.
shout out to you. What's going on? What's going on? Love you, love you. And also Breeze. Yeah, he asked why I haven't been reviewing the show. Just been busy. Got a little overwhelmed. Had to, backpedal a little bit. But yes, I was not expecting this. I was like, damn. And I remember a while back, I was kind of just joking, being silly, like, yeah, Crystal gonna die. She ain't gonna be here that long. And I really didn't care. Nobody liked Crystal in the beginning because she was a snake. But I actually started to care for Crystal. I was like, okay, maybe she's a good little asset for Kanan. She's talking sense. We're gonna get this money right. We can't be living where we're dealing. That's not smart. And I'm like, okay, she is a positive influence on Kanan. She did apologize to Juke, so I did care. I was like, damn, and I did not expect. It sucks. You're right, Ashley. She was on the bus, and it just Kanan was right, man. Like, Kanan is moving. He was smart. He was like, I can't protect you. You got to get out of here. I initially thought he was overreacting, but no. And I'm like, she is on the bus. She finna get out of here. And I was like, I just need to look up all my rights because cops just can't. You got to be like, am I being detained or I'm under arrest? They were just like, we got some questions. Like, you don't have to go. And honestly, Crystal Junger, everybody don't know that. I don't know all the laws of the land like that myself. I need to get out on that. That's what I'm saying. But I'm just like, it sucks, man. I didn't like it. But as soon as I don't know if she's the snap or the crackle, but the woman, when she opened the door, I was like, oh, okay, I see what y'all doing. You're clearly behind the kidnapping. Like, that's obvious. They wasn't trying to hide that. They was, they wanted it to be obvious. So I'm thinking that she's just trying to, play chess. And she's gonna send, pretend like she was on her side. Yeah, we girlfriends and all of this, and then go send her on some mission, and she don't even know what she's doing. And but I was not expecting a gun. She was turning up the sandwich, even if it didn't have no just like it was, I was like, that was some good action right there eating that sandwich. I was tripping out. Yeah, but when the gun popped up, I was like, no, no. So I was not expecting that at all. I think it sucks. I feel sorry for Kanan, and I do care about. I actually cared about Crystal. So this was a hell of a start for me.
Crystal wasn't endeared to us enough, but she was definitely a great asset for Kanan. But I think deep down we all knew that Crystal wasn't making it out of this season, so it wasn't a surprise. I was surprised that it was done in this way, and it was one of the few moments this season I was like, "Oh my god, it's just immediate." Thank you so much, Demarcus. Congratulations on 30K, Tyra. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you so much, Demarcus. I most definitely appreciate you. And happy, soon to be Mother's Day to any of the mothers already in this chat. Thank you so much, Bree. Going out with sandwich in your throat is crazy. Right? She's in the middle of chomping down. Y'all didn't dope Crystal up in the worst way, and then we shoot her and take her out. Like, girl, if you don't like me, just say that. Thank you, Demarcus, once again. Marvin saving Amber life will come back to haunt Marvin. Crystal's death was innocent like Raina death. Absolutely. That's where I was going. That is immediately where I was going, Demarcus, because it was something. I was like, how could we not have noticed it before as far as Kanan is concerned? But it makes a whole lot of sense as to why Kanan at this point makes everybody's
Right?
ass itch, including Rock.
Are we comparing?
I mean, well, we're not gonna make it, that height because that was totally different. I think we all wanted Tariq to burn at that moment, but just it's a lot of correlation here in this episode. Speaking of that, as I suspected, Juke was not gonna just go one sided immediately with Kaden and oh yeah, it's her. We need to plot on how to take your mother and my aunt out. Because she's killing everybody and she killed Famous and we can't find Crystal. It has to be her. No, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna give you a little sneak attack and let Raquel know where we are so she can come here and talk some sense into you. Juke has always been, a bit more up to part and smarter than Kanan. He does need Juke. I'll be glad when we get that solidarity and some things are just definite about the unit that they are. Because so far this season, Juke is like, I'm just here for Famous. I ain't trying to be down with any of that. But it's too far gone. As much as I cannot stand Kanan these days, we know what he's been through and why he's here with Rock. It's really, the mom that cried wolf at this time. Now that you are actually telling the truth, nobody believes you, especially your own son. B, how did you feel about this sit down, and how do you feel about Kanan?
I like Kanan. I like all the characters. I like Kanan here. I like Juke here. I don't blame her for pulling the rabbit out the hat and setting this up. I mean, she's being smart. Kanan don't want to have nothing to do with Rock. I still completely understand. I keep wanting to defend him as if somebody that I know is watching the show for the first time. And I'm like, oh my God, why is he being so disrespectful? That's his mom. Well, he has a valid reason. So this is what happened. And I got a whole list, you know what I'm saying? So I feel Kanan here his frustration. He is wrong, of course, and Rock is right, but I don't blame him for feeling the way he feels, and he's still young too, but he's able to process things more than the average person his age. But yeah, I liked him in this. I liked. I still don't like Rock, but I like Duke too. It's just I keep seeing these. I love these characters, and we're gonna talk about more later. But I'm just like, man, what was the straw that broke the camel's back that had them go over to the dark side? Like, you know what? I don't give a damn no more. But to answer your question, third time, yes, I like Kanan.
I don't know. I don't know if it's Kanan in the voice and the what about D Wiz? Remember when you shot D Wiz? Like, what? Break up D Wiz again, Kanan. You always killing him. Oh, you did it. You ain't never. All right. I don't know if it's that, but it's just something about Kanan he doesn't take any accountability for his part. I think that's what it is. That it's like, of course, Rock is freaking awful, but a lot of the circumstances you put yourself there also, and she was saving you.
Rock ain't even that
Ashley,
bad anymore. He need to get that hate out his heart. Like, get that hate out of your heart, Kanan. Like, it's gonna ruin you. He gotta let that thing go. Your mama is not the boogeyman. I was actually the best part of this meeting was Rock saying, "You a big boy now. I'm gonna stop saving you," so he can really see how cold it is out here in these streets when nobody really cares about you. Even though we know he's gonna go on a different road. As far as Jukebox, I think she's still too big for her britches. I appreciate the setup and all that, but you're still talking reckless. Like, you're still talking reckless, Jukebox. That's your auntie. She's never betrayed you. Like, I need something here. I need Jukebox. And again, this was kind of like the backhanded way of maybe opening up this line and really seeing Rock and, Kanan's relationship through. But I'm going to need her to she's going to have to correct Kanan at some point. If she can, I think that Jukebox is the only one that can get through to Kanan in respect to his mom, because I think this blind hatred is really just gonna ruin him ultimately. Like, get over it, Buki. She's not. I mean, she's bad, but she's not as bad as she was. Hell, Rock has been a schoolgirl this season. What has Rock done? What has she done? Like, really? Like, she did a few little things, but she
but
wasn't doing anything super crazy. I need him to open up his mind, open up his world. I think his vendetta, his rage, his hate for Rock will blind him to whatever's right in front of him, namely Unique. So I just need him to get on his square if he's going to. We know he's going to make it out of the season. We know he's going to live, so I can't even say that. But I don't like Kanan. I haven't liked Kanan for a couple of seasons. I think he's a baby. I think he's homemade. And
Oh,
I just
homemade,
I
Ashley.
do. I
man,
do. I
man.
do.
I was about to give it to. I was about to say, you know what? Rock is headed in the right direction. She still got a lot of climbing to do to get out of the pit. But the Kanan comments, he's a ho boy. That's a new term for me.
Yeah. Homemade. Mhm.
Homemade. That's a
Homemade.
new one. That's
Yeah.
a new one. Oh man.
Oh Lord. Thank you so much for the 199 super sticker. Most definitely appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got Joshua here. I was more surprised that Crystal lasted this long, but good riddance. Oh God, y'all be hell in the comments. You already know how we felt about Crystal. It was, give or take. We were gonna be fine either way. We just knew that she was going to go. Now, as far as Kanan is concerned, I'm growing into something for Kanan just based off of this little episode, because how did I not notice this before? They're the same damn person. They're the same person. This is Tariq in a
Uh,
different font. I don't know how I missed it. I don't know why I thought Kanan would be any different. But as far as the circumstance, you taking after your parents, any little ounce of hatred that I had for Tariq that was ever present, it was placed there due to the circumstances of Tasha and Ghost and all of these things. And just going back, which I haven't seen, I would love to go and rewatch Power from the beginning. Their relationship that Kanan had, to where y'all know what the plot was, but we spared him. We took Tariq under our wing, pretty much gave our life for Tariq because we saw ourselves in Tariq. Like, we saw ourselves in it. We saw ourselves. Like, I was like, oh gosh. And it was just making me question, like, how I was like, oh, if this is where we are, they are really gonna make us hate Kanan death. Because the way I couldn't stand, I still can't stand Tariq. We this is where we are. And this really felt like an Aggie but full circle moment for me. Was it just me being delayed? Because I swear I didn't put these two together that deeply, but this was full circle. I was like, oh, you Tariq.
Well,
Actually, this is Tariq.
not so
Is
much. Well, so not so much. And I'll say this, and because I think that Tariq was inherently a psychopath from birth. I
oh
don't
my.
think he was ever good. I think it was innate in him, and I think we've got to witness Kanan's journey to that. You know what I mean? And I also think that the situations are very different. I think Jamie, yes, he stepped out. He was with Angela. He did all that. He messed up the family unit. But how did he betray Tariq. You know what I'm saying? Rock and Kanan's relationship is more varied. I can kind of see why Kanan is evolving this way versus Tariq. He just wanted to be a monster, and his mom kind of groomed him into that. I think for purposes of the story, though, I think you may be right. I think that they had to try to find a common thread or link between these two characters to make it come full circle. But I don't know. I think Kanan had the potentiality to be a decent person. I think I do, and like I said, I don't think Rock is the devil now, but I'll never deny what she did. That's betrayal on the worst level. She done made him blow his father's brain. Like there's no.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
but
different
Tariq, and like I said, I
circumstances.
like Tariq now. After watching his book, I like Tariq now. He grew on me, but
And
he's
I ain't
still a
watching it
different
yet.
type
I
of
know that little
monster
boy
to
from
me than
Power.
Kanan is. Just me though. But I see where you're coming from.
Well, not so much, I guess, what they became, but just the initial, I need you to be on the straight and narrow. I'm trying to give you a better life, son. Everything I do for you narrative. And, keep your head in them books and da 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 da. Meanwhile, you're running the streets, doing what you're doing on the down low, keeping it a secret, rocking ghosts, and expecting your son or your sibling, your whatever, your seed to turn out any differently. You're sowing these seeds that made your children become who they are. Is this Tariq in a different font, or is it totally different?
Yeah, this is totally different. I don't see the tie-in at all, other than they're in the picture together. I'm not even trying to be slick. I just like Kanan, in my opinion, is 10 times more justified for the path that he went down. Tariq was just a brat.
That too.
You
Well,
know,
did you
I mean,
know?
in season one, Kanan was too big for his britches. I was like, oh my gosh, you need to sit down. I didn't like him as much as I didn't like Tariq. So I would give you that as far as my disdain for them. I did. They got on my damn nerve at one point in time. But still, Kanan has more of a justice claim in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. But I was like, oh my God, how much y'all gonna make us hate Kanan before it stops?
I haven't hated Kanan for a while.
Speak,
Since season one, but
yeah, Kanan is just, I don't know. I think once we get out of and I know we can't because we're raising Kanan, but it's like we're still straddling like that boyhood. I just don't believe it yet. I want like, oh, okay,
yeah,
that's Kanan. I see it. I'm seeing it. I haven't seen it yet. Like you're saying, that thing that made them like cross over to the dark side. I think I'm
yeah.
still waiting on that. But yeah, Stefano tried it. Stefano tried it, but Rock is smart. I feel like all of the rumblings in this episode, of course, Marvin, oh my gosh, Marvin has took a strong detour this season like never before. And we're here just off the strength of Marvin. We already had Rock tell him not only do you need to kill this cousin, but you need to kill you need to kill all of them. These are all liabilities. This is all your fault. It's gonna come back on you. Pop them both. Nah, early good. I don't need to. Just you don't know what you're talking about. After we've been lying this entire season about our dealings with Stefano and the side business in the first place that we shouldn't have been doing. But here we are. We have, Stefano doing what he's been doing all season, trying to cause dissension within the ranks. Marvin, if you ever wanted to, and he told Stefano quickly where to go. We don't do that here, not my sister. And you better not ever mention it again. Did he tell Raquel that? No. Marvin has been tight-lipped about everything he needs to talk about this season. But we have Stefano give that same proposition, also saying pretty much we know everything about early Tyler. We know how Marvin has been moving, who he's deaded, and why. Basically, yeah, we planning to make a hit and take him out. And I need your blessing. I need your blessing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put a little icing on the cake. He talked to me about replacing you. And even though Marvin has sowed all of these seeds being so reckless, I don't feel like Rock took the bait because they have so many in depth conversations about the lacking of trust and brotherhood, the honor that the Italians just don't have. You stab your own mama in the back to get ahead. So why would I believe anything that you say? But I do hate the fact that we are here just solely based off the strength of Marvin wanting to have his own separate side ambition. Ashley?
Evil Uncle Tony. I told y'all he would emerge. I told you he was evil Uncle Tony and he would emerge. So here's the thing. As much as I grew to love Uncle Marvin last season, he will forever and always be a liability to the organization. He just will. And here's why. evil Uncle Tony, it has wisdom. The gray hair came with wisdom, apparently, because immediately when he sat down and met with Rock and Marvin for the first time, he said, "Oh, there's my end." Like, Marvin has this desire and this need to be a man, I feel like, and to have autonomy in his life and to have something of his own, but he's been under Rock's control for, the better part of his life. And I think whether it was Uncle Tony, whether it was the Italians last season, whether there's going to be somebody else in the future, he will always be a liability. That's why he has to go one way or another, whether it's the
Oh,
Italians that need to take him out, or if it has to be in my brother's keeper type situation. He's got to go, y'all. He's got to go. I'm so sorry. So I'm not mad at evil Uncle Tony, because listen, he's just getting in where he fits in. Now, Rock didn't buy it. She knows her brother. She knows the kind of things that he will do and what he won't do. But again, this is the second time he's let something like this happen, and it's like, I can't keep you close to me if this is what you're going to do, Marvin. It is what it is. He's reckless. He's got a license to kill. At this point, he's taking out everybody left and right. He's the Terminator at this point, whoever he sees that's not in line. And so even in this episode, we see Early come into him. So I'm like, okay, there's an option, the Italians. And then at the end of the day, Rock might have to take him out. He's just a liability. So whether he leaves or gets deaded, either way, it's got to happen. And Uncle Tony, count your days. Evil Uncle Tony, count your days. Even though you were smart because he found his end to kind of disrupt the organization, he's still got to go. He's diabolical. I hope Rock puts something on him and puts something in his drink. I hope she poisons him or something like that. But I think he's got.
Girl.
I think we got to take him out.
Yeah. Keisha Charmaine said it best in the chat. I love that introduction to Marvin. That's the first thing I really remember that first season. Said, "Oh, Uncle Marvin never misses an opportunity to miss an opportunity. He's always messing up. That's what he does." But I didn't feel like that it would ever get here. B, going back to the Rock situation, and also this, we have Early Tyler roll up with Plex. Like, the best we could do, at least deny. We know you did it, and he knows too, but let's not confirm it. Yeah, I did it. I did, your cousin. If I did, what are you going to do about it? Marvin just feels like he's untouchable. I don't know if there's a bulletproof vest under them coats, under them coochie sweaters. I don't know what's going on. But the way that Marvin is moving, it's like, yeah, come at me, bro. It's like, what? Why would you do this? Why would you put a target on your back this way along with Stefano? And it's like, what are you going to do? We already know what Earl was going to do. There was already no loyalty anyway. I'm going over there to Stefano to snitch. B, how do you feel about Marvin?
yeah. Kind of hard to defend him. I love him so much. Actually, there put the last nail in the coffin. I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? A liability, take him out, Rock. I don't want him to go yet. I just hate, that he is giving his sister ammunition, because one of y'all said, he feels like he needs to, prove himself as a man. Rock has always been in control, and I remember talking about that in season 2. Like, hey, you can't mess up, but I understand, your younger sister, talking to you like you crazy, that'll wear you down, but you can't give her a reason to say that. And you, like you said, the Terminator, it's like, Jesus Christ, Stefano know you're lying, and I don't even think he's evil. I don't blame him one bit. He is being actually very, very patient with me. I'm surprised, knowing all the power he has. I'm surprised he hasn't hemmed Marvin up at this point in time. Like, hey, man, this is what's, he already, when Early rolled up, he already knew, like, oh, Lord, that's why he leaned back, and so I got to actually give him credit. And, Marvin also has a horrible poker face. Like, he asked a question, something he did, he going to get up and go to the refrigerator.
You feel a little like, what we the back of the scratch.
It's very obvious. And then going back to Earth, that's why would you poke the bear like that? Okay, let's say I did do it. What are you gonna do about it, Early? This man just lost his cousin. And knowing you did it and you talking crap, you gonna rub it in his face? Why are you asking for this target? It's just, it sucks. I don't know why they are having this character do this roller coaster like this. He sucked at the beginning, and he became a favorite, smashing his counselor and all of that. And now he's over here killing everybody because their shoes are untied. It's
At this point, would you stepped on my sneakers? Like it don't take much to set Marvin off. But getting into, I guess, the question of it all, I think these are stunts and shows. I think these are stunts and shows. I think the way that we are having Marvin, yeah, if I did it, what are you going to do about it? Or even the way that he is kicking it with Stefano or even going over there. He's always had this complex to show and prove. And, the I got ideas too, brother. Very G Money, very Mermello, all that good stuff. Sugar Hill situations. But I feel like they are losing steam with how to put stake in, will they or won't they die this season? Every single season they play with Lulu in Marvin's lives. Every single season. And I think we really got us really close that season where, old dude in the wheelchair had to let him in because he was shot. It was like, oh, this is pretty close. And I think they're still doing it now. Actually, I'm just going to ask you, do you think Marvin will die this season? Because
Oh
I don't.
gosh, I want him to, and here's why.
damn it.
Don't get me wrong, I want a black actor working. I like a black man that works. However, I think it would do so much for the plot. I think we could get a lot out of it. I think we could get Jukebox's full villain reveal with that. I think we get Lulu, his full immersion back into the street life. We could get the evil side of Rock again. I just feel like it would be so great for the story to push it along. But being this show and acting how they've acted this season, they're not going to give me what I want. So to answer your question, he will live. He will probably live.
Yeah.
They are. I said it last review. They were trying to give us like, don't y'all miss Lulu? Remember how calculated and smart Lulu was? Don't y'all want us to bring Lulu back into the fold? We're gonna give him back, but then we're gonna take Marvin away. I don't know if the block's gonna be hot, if Marvin's gonna have to go away to a different city and be in hiding for a little bit. He's definitely not going to jail. He's not dying. I'm like, I just don't see it. I feel like they're, it's stunts and shows and they're calling bluffs that we unfortunately do not believe anymore. B, will Marvin die this season?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna be at the edge of my seat the last episode. I think he's gonna make it. Also, I don't know how. I mean, how much more are we gonna talk about Marvin? Because I don't want to jump too far ahead. Because I got some more.
No, just of course, the showdown in the crack house. But other than that,
I'll wait.
it's
I
I think they're trying to make yeah yeah. I just don't think so. Like, and I'm with Ashley. I would hate to see him go. But if we weren't going to cause that true dip in tension in the family with Famous's death and having it be at the hands of Rock and Marvin, one of them has to go. And clearly, we revving up Lulu. Like, I would hate to see Marvin go. I love Marvin, but what it could do for the plot potentially would be great. I think the show would shift something amazing because everybody has no choice but to kick into full gear. But I don't want to personally lose Marvin. I love Marvin, but he is being really dumb this season. Just saying. But moving on. B say I don't want to jump ahead. Uh, who said I was ride or die? Amani and these alibis and B Rilla got mouths to feed per usual. Imani said, "Who said I was ride or die? Who's saying that you could name? Who said that you could say like?" I mean, first of all, Imani, you knew who Lulu was before you got here, ma'am. Lulu has done nothing this season. It's not like he tried to finesse you or be something that he wasn't or present himself as this, record label mogul and this producer. No, I'm a street dude. I'm from the street. I do street stuff. Oh, you went to Howard? Yeah, I went to, yeah. It's just very much so that. So when we get here and it's just like, oh, like, I'm not going to say anything right now that these cops with them interrogating you and be realer, but yeah, I don't want to be an accomplice. I don't want to be implicated. This is not the life I want for myself. I'm done. We need to separate. I don't want no dealings with you romantically or work wise. There's that. Still don't trust her. Still think she's an op. Still don't know where they're going to go with the money. Hopefully that's not all it was because I was waiting on that. I was waiting on Lulu to kill her low key, but we'll see. Be real in these damn mouths to feed. Say you got mouths to feed one more time. Be real. Say you got mouths to feed one more time. I don't know what we're gonna do with Be Realer. It seems like a waste of space. I'm really not all that interested. But I do love that we have Lulu coming full into himself and like, yeah, girl, I don't care about none of that. This is who I am. Either roll with it or you're gonna get rolled over. B, how did you feel about this? Because she said, I will not be your alibi
Man,
ever again.
I'm saying, get the hell out of here. Are you serious? I got you talking about, I don't know, something about us dating. I'm like, ma'am, he was not trying to deal with you from the beginning. Like, are you, thank you, bye. Do you want me to pay for the Uber and your plane ticket out of here? Because, like, my jaw was at the ground. Like, the fact that she thought that she had any say so or authority or that she could check him, I'm just like, ma'am, you came on to him. You threw it at him multiple times. I mean, it was silly. So I'm glad that she's gone. I'm happy with his reaction of staying silent and not talking back. He just like, fine, good riddance, bad rubbish, whatever. So yeah, she was tripping. She was 100% out of pocket. As far as B Willie is concerned, yeah, he's just ungrateful. Like, I mean, geez. I mean, one of the most ungrateful characters I've ever seen. I mean, like what I he's has a troubled mind. Like this dude got you out of jail. You go and rob your boss, and come on, I don't even need to talk about it anymore. But really, it's tripping.
I don't know where we go with him. All like I got mouth. That's his favorite line. He says that every single episode. I got mouths to feed. That one mouth. That one kid at the door. Go away, Be Realer.
Girl, Be Real is a punk.
Ashley.
And we've been knowing it. We've been knowing it ever since he got up there and said, "Call an ambulance," since his tired raps. I don't know why he's here. If he starts working for Lulu, it's gonna be so bad and so dumb. He is a punk. He's scaredy cat. He ain't off the porch. He wouldn't even get out the car. He probably locked the doors when they left. Like, I don't Be Rilla is lame as hell, and he ain't got no people, man. Like, go out there and be a street sweeper or something. Go get a job at the CVS. If you're that desperate for money after 2 advances, like, I honestly think he smokes crack or something at this point, because what are you doing with all of these advances? Like, who are all these people? You know what I mean? He said he had one child. What are you doing with all that? Are you smoking it? Are you smoking it? Like, and as far as Imani, I don't think we're done seeing her. I think we'll see her again.
Mhm.
She was getting intel on him, because in all reality, there's nothing about Lulu that's so deep. Not his slow humps, not his broke down AA. He listen.
Whiskey penis.
I'm just gonna say it. There was nothing about him that was like, ooh. And I don't buy for a minute that she didn't do her research on who he was, who his
Hmm.
family was. So, girl, you knew this was par for the course. I think that listen, she had something to do with them people being there, probably. She's got the intel she needs on him for right now. She will pop up in court when they indict him or something like that. She's not, we're not done with her. But yeah, this is just, but I'm glad to see my boo Lulu back. I like to see a personality now. We're getting that, season one Lulu. And I love that energy and I love that for us. But Imani and her Bob, we'll see her again.
Lulu is definitely saving the season for me, and I've been felt like Imani was a op. You're not gonna lay up next to me, and so where do you go at night? Like, do you have like another job, or like she's always inquiring about somebody? Why the hell are you asking all them questions? Who do you want to? What do you want to know, and who are you telling it to? Like, she's an op. Thank you so much, Joshua, for the $5. I want to Lou to take. I want Lou to take out Be Real or
Great.
Fake Gangsta. I don't know. I don't know. The way that they are interacting in this episode, it just feels like they want him to be something. Like, is Lulu going to take him under his wing? And I got mouths feet. You got me out of jail, and now you leave. Like, what else do you want me to do for you? We wouldn't even be at this point if you didn't be over there staying in the car like Trey and blowing up people's houses and CEOs and whatnot, doing the most. Like, you dug yourself into this hole. What else do you want me to do for you, Birilla? I hope he's not working for him, because just like now, he's gonna always be a freaking liability. But as I was saying, Lulu is saving the show. I'm sorry. I love all of this. Like, Lord. We didn't even have to drag Marvin in the mud to get this, just, FYI. But I'm really happy that Lulu is here. I want to rock the shut up, girl. Take the help. We need him. We need. You don't have no options, girl. Beloved, please, not right now. This is not the time to grandstand. I know that we have been through some stuff with Lulu, but like I said last episode, we won't never get her in your face. I own you. She will never be able to approach Lulu like that. I think Lulu is standing on big business and has accepted exactly who he is, and he wants to fulfill his purpose. We have him go into the CEO office at the record label, like, yeah, you know what? I'm a dip. You can have it. You can have it. Like it was never that. I'm a street dude. I do street things. I don't belong here. I'm gonna go on my way, and literally accepts. It's a long time coming. I didn't know we would get here. It's like, yeah, all that music, everything that I was putting that passion into, that's never been for me. I know exactly who I am and exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's not supposed to be over there. And really admits to being a dragon slayer, aka the killer. I want to lean into it. It didn't really hurt me in that way. It hurt me the fact that I feel like I was enjoying it too much. But that's just what we do. You need him, girl. You need him. All of the little underlings and soldiers that we might have had season 1 and 2, everybody's deaded, everybody's gone. We need Lulu like the first and the 15th.
Yeah, when you
Ashley.
said I realized I liked it, I said, that's what I'm talking about. We need a killer with the courage of his convictions. We need one that like it a little bit, Tyra. I'm sorry. And I know you ain't been over there in them Dexter streets, but we need a little bit of Dexter. Like I need it. But when he came out with the Sherpa and the leather, I said his fashions are back. It's back.
Mm-hmm.
It's back like he never left. Bodies are going to drop. In this finale, we're going to see quite a bit. And it's going to be thought out and it's going to be strategic and it's going to be in true Lulu fashion with finesse. You know what I mean? Marvin is just out here blowing people away, just like it's a video game. I think with Lulu, we're going to get the finesse of it all. We're going to get actualized plans like that are carried out appropriately. Like we're about to get into greatness here. We're about to get into greatness. When I saw the fashions, I knew he was back. I knew our Lulu. I knew our Lulu was back. And all he needs now is his Latina queen.
Oh hell.
And he'll really be full Lulu again.
I'm not gonna play with you. It's the jacket. It's the jacket of it all. It's the butter soft leather of it all. It's the smirk. It's the joy that he's taking in. Like, yeah, I'm back. I'd kill anybody in here. Say something I don't like. I'm here for it. Like, finally, I miss. I didn't realize how much I missed this Lulu. It took, for us to go through the trenches because I was like, Lulu, get off the bottle. Please, Lulu, get yourself together. We want you to live out here. It took all of that. Fine, but we're here and I love it. We need Lulu real bad. B, how you feeling about Lulu?
So I think you had a title on your last live about Lulu. If I remember what it was, I know I agree with it 100%. I think I'm confident. Maybe I'm tripping or something like that. But not even this episode, especially the last one. I'm like, hell yeah. Like, Lulu is serious. He's back. Because I haven't liked him for the longest. When he went and told the other guy's mom that they was involved in the killing of her son, and he had to go to therapy. And I was making jokes with her earlier this season with him and Imani, and me just saying that I really care about his character, and I like the actor. I think he's cool, but I just don't really care about his story. I feel completely different about him now. He was trying to do the straight and narrow, get the music going, be real and messed it up. I like the way that he approached Kenyatta and them and all of that. It was smart. It was strategic. Very great ending of last episode. And also the episode before that, where their mom died. I thought the acting across the board, including
It's great acting.
I was like, God damn, this is some good stuff here. You know what I'm saying? So I've loved him so far the past 2 or 3 episodes. And I loved him more before he actually just quit the record label and he wanted to go with rock. I was actually slightly disappointed with that decision. I like that he was, denying his involvement in the murder, which in my opinion really wasn't murder. It was self-defense because they came there to execute him. He's the one, he just got the jump on him. So I wasn't really cool with that. But with his speech for Rock right here, I actually thought the whole Dragon Slayer line was a bit corny. it didn't hit the way I guess I wanted it to. But other than that, I'm loving Lou, and I can't wait to see what they got up for him next.
Oh, absolutely. Project Vegan, thank you so much. I did refresh it, so hopefully that put me back in sync if I was out of sync. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm here for it. I was, when he said Dragon Slayer, the first thing popped into my mind was, Toothless in the cartoon and How to Train Your Dragon. So I can understand that. So that's the first thing that popped into my mind. But I'm just here for it. I literally yell like, "Let's go." Let's go. Like, yes, come on. Like, I just love, like, all right, well, I need you to be, full, and we can't go back on anything. I'm here for that. I'm here for this and just the dynamic because she needs Lulu real bad. Once again, full circle moments because you couldn't tell Rock nothing at one point about who and what she needed, and y'all just liabilities and y'all own you. No, we need each other. You need me right now. Huh. We got Aisha here out of nowhere. Did Aisha come to die? Why you here, Ike? Why she here, Ike? Why is she here? I thought it was very strange just for Aisha to pop up and we're catching up and having cheesecake and dinner and who are you dating and what's going on. I don't know why Aisha is here. It's alarming to me. I should hope we're not trying to date two girlfriends in one season. Hopefully, we're not trying to do that. But I don't know if Aisha is in the next episode. I'm expecting her to die because there's no other reason for you to be here. Ashley, why is Aisha here?
I guess for never mind. See, sometimes I got to think about things
No,
before.
for what? She was here for what? What she was here for, Ashley? What she here for?
For bumping pocketbooks. That's what she's there for.
For me,
Break from college to come and get some cat. That's why she's there. But yeah, I'm over them unaliving all of these supporting characters that we don't really care about. Aisha was a sweet girl. You know what I look was? A very sweet girl talking about her boyfriend. Girl, you're with Jukebox. You know what it's going to be tonight. Jukebox is having ladies eat the cat inside of strange, dirty bar bathrooms. This is cat that she knows. It's going to happen. We're going to see it next episode. But yeah, I agree. If she lingers too long, she will be collateral damage and add to Jukebox's roster of dead girlfriends, right? So, and again, if we're trying to push Jukebox in a certain way as far as her character, I guess this would be a device to get her there. But again, we don't really care about Aisha. Aisha, cute, very sweet girl, college bound, all that, but we still don't care. If that's what they're doing, I hope she returns to school safely. But knowing this show, they're going to kill her. They'll kill her in the finale.
I hope so because, like you said, she's a sweet girl. Aisha ain't never hurt nobody. But it's like if we're really hanging on to them not taking Marvin, we do need an extra push, and Aisha could be that thing. Be wise, Aisha here, beyond getting familiar cat.
that's funny. This is cat that you know, and you hope so. Man, I like Aisha. And I was like, oh, this is nice when she showed up, because it made Juke happy. It made her smile. And they all cute together. I was when they were having their dessert, I was like, it would be nice if they did work it out. I mean, we know that they don't. I don't want her to die. I don't think she will die. It would be a tragedy if she does. There's just too many dead people. Okay. I don't like it. I don't even know I don't like OC. That bothered me. Uh, you know,
Yeah.
you got Crystal, famous, and now Aisha too. I can't. It's just too much. It's too much. So hopefully she's around. Hopefully if she does get on the bus, it takes off. I don't want her to die.
Child, OC's body flying back into that sofa was the funny I didn't know I needed in the episode. It's hilarious. I'm sorry. It was so inconsequential, like pow. It's like, why would you do that to OC?
I to be honest with you, I got a bit uncomfortable. For a second, I was like, "Do I want to continue to watch the show?" Like it affected me that way.
It just felt so unnecessary. It just out of nowhere, like it was like it was such a throwaway situation for Unique to do. Thank you to Marcus for the $2. Aisha played in Godfather of Harlem. I'm gonna watch it one day, DeMarcus. I promise. I'm gonna watch it one day. But I'm gonna take a little pause for the cause. There is currently 151 of you here, and I would love for you guys to all hit that like button. Here's your opportunity
I don't
to do
want to
so.
see you cry. Got some questions that I gotta ask, and I hope you can come up with the answers, baby. Girl, it's easy to love me now. Would you love me if I was down and out? Would you still have love for me, girl? It's easy to love me now. Would you love me if I was down and out? Would you still have love for me? If I fell off tomorrow, would you still love me? If I didn't smell so good, would you still hug me? If I got locked up and set this till a quarter century, could I count on you to be there to support me mentally? If I went back to a hoopty for my bands, would you poof and disappear like some of my friends? If I was hit and I was hurt, would you be by my side? If it was time to put in work, would you be down to ride? I doubt, kill a nigga, cat, chill and drive. I'm asking questions to find out how you feel inside. If I ain't back, I flip burgers at Burger King. Would you be ashamed to tell your friends you're feeling me? In the bed, if I use my tongue, would you like that? If I wrote you a love letter, would you write back? If we could have a little drink, you know, a nightcap. We can go do what you like, I know you like that. Like, girl, it's easy to love me now. Would you love me?
Thank you guys so much. And yes, Joshua, I heard Aisha rumbling about the man that she has over there at Morehouse. I definitely saw that and heard it. I think that was us kind of following up with Aisha going, Juke, you can't stay on down here at Spelman with me. I'm trying to find myself. Like, we knew Aisha had a boyfriend. Aisha had a boyfriend, and it wasn't just, it's Juke, but as Ashley said, she not turning down a good licking if it's being offered up. But leaving here and getting into a little bit more of Jukebox, why we keep seeing this lady? Is this gonna come back around? Cause Debbie Alley cousin and them, she be showing up out of nowhere. We don't, she's if she don't look like a Debbie Allen aunt or something in the face, she does. Yeah, is this still an issue? And all she says is, some people came just asking questions about the death of my husband. I did give them your name and told them that you were there to witness an incident. Is this going to be a thing? I keep trying to, even though they're kind of doing it in this episode later on with Crystal, have a tie-in to Juke. I don't know if it's going to be Garcia or the police academy, something with that. Actually, why is this lady still here?
Oh yeah, you know already when she said I gave him your name, Garcia's gonna see it and he's gonna approach a jukebox yet again for one of these dry interactions. But again, there's gonna have to be a moment of do this or this. I don't know if it's going to be an ultimatum situation, if she's going to be presented with some options, or what the case is going to be to actually eventually get her on the force. But this lady who's clearly too old to be messing with someone as young as Jukebox is a predator. Let's be honest. She's a predator who set her own husband up. Like, girl, you set me up for the okey doke, walking out with me in this club, holding my hand, knowing he was an abuser and he was a stalker and he was looking for you. I don't like this lady. I don't trust this lady. But again, we keep seeing her and they keep bringing up this unaliving because it's going to come back to bite Jukebox in the butt in some kind of way. I still think the first girlfriend daddy going to intervene. I don't think it'll be Garcia that actually is the one that gets her to join the force. But he's definitely going to be a pest to her. He's definitely going to get his hands on this situation and bring it back to Juke.
B, why do you think Debbie Allen's aunt keeps sticking around Juke? What she want?
Interesting take, Ashley. I did not look at it that way at all, but you got something there. You got something there. I was gonna say I definitely don't want her to die, and she's doing everything that she's supposed to. I liked her for it by communicating with Juke, like, hey, this dude came, here's his card. He was asking this, he was asking that. I don't know this because I don't know you, so I'm just, putting you on game. So I respected her for that. I don't, and I don't. I'm not saying I want it to be a thing, but I am glad that she came back around because I was a little annoyed that one. I guess it was episode 4. I don't know, where Juke did murder her husband, and then they just seemed like they swept it under the rug. And I'm like, wait a minute, that was a cliffhanger and just a big deal. He was a decorated soldier or something like that. This is gonna have some consequences. So how do you just ignore that? So I'm glad I saw this. because of course it has to carry on into the next season. And it's just a way to kind of keep the story going. As far as Garcia is concerned, I never even thought about till now that maybe he is the one that got Juke into the force.
Yeah.
I just didn't even put that together. So shout out to y'all, or you, Ashley. That's interesting because he was like, "You owe me," and all of that. So yeah. But I don't have a reason not to trust her at this point in time. I'm not saying that we should, but she seems okay to me so far.
Yeah, I think you didn't think about it because it's not obvious because he doesn't have that strong presence as an officer like maybe Shannon or that connection with Juke.
Yeah.
But we've been saying that. I mean, since Shannon is gone, there has to be some crossway, and I'm hoping that they don't bring Nicole's daddies back. So I'm just really hoping that it is Garcia, even though Garcia is kind of a waste of screen time at this point because he's not as intrusive or involved as Detective Shannon, even though she was annoying. She was doing good police work. But I'm like, if there's a window, it has to be somebody. And unfortunately, it might be him.
I want
It might be
somebody
him.
to yank him around by his mustache.
It might be him. We will see. She has to get over there somehow. And I think this is the confirmation when he says, you owe me. We get not only just that confirmation, we get confirmation on Crystal because we have Kanan pacing floors, calling everybody, calling everything. Have you seen Crystal? Where is she? Juke, nothing ever works out for us. Don't say that. She's probably not okay. And we have her make a call in the same way that she would. I was like, okay, this is confirmation. Garcia is definitely getting her into the forest because this is something that she would do with Shannon. They would do that little tit for tat situation. I'm never going to give you enough information to give up my family, but we do have some semblance of a relationship for me to confide or say certain things and tell Detective Shannon, like, watch your back or this, that. I don't feel that for Garcia, but it feels like they're trying to get us there to get her eventually to that police academy. Y'all don't have to, agree or disagree on that, but if you want to share it, you can. I think that's what's going on here.
I'll just say I really felt sorry for Kanan in that scene where you have the picture where he's on the phone with the turquoise sweater. It's like, Juke, don't say that. Nothing ever works out for us. I was like, damn. I felt sorry for him there. That's all I got to add or say.
It was because he's not lying. It doesn't like this isn't going to come out to be positive. I think at that point he already knew Crystal was probably dead in, but I really don't want to believe that. But nothing ever works out for us.
And called 30 hospitals. That's a lot.
He was. He cared. Thank you, HFG, for the $4.99. I think Kanan will eventually take out Rock in season 5, but I'm hoping that they secretly team up to take out Snaps and Pops before we get to that point. Yeah, I've been thinking about that since the first season. That was my question first season. Does he kill his mom? And there's always that tie-in back into Power. Well, if you go to episode X, Y, and Z, Kanan said that his mom was such and such. Yeah, since when did Kanan always tell the truth? Especially old ass Kanan. You can't believe, Kanan, he isn't to be trusted. But I thought that would always be the natural progression for Kanan, because for you to become the 50 Cent Kanan in the Power universe, you have to do something pretty damn diabolical. Like take out your own mama.
I want him to do that.
Well, we definitely don't. But that was my first question before all of this watching that first season. Actually, anything you want to share on this before I move on to the next slide? Because you owe me.
Nothing ever works out for Kanan because he's delayed, because he's on the short bus, because he doesn't listen to his elders and he has no wisdom. That's why nothing ever works out for Kanan, because he's disobedient. He's a disobedient child. That's why nothing ever works out for him. And yeah, we've talked about Garcia before. He's just such an obscure character. It's like they just threw him on us. You know how I feel about that. I get so annoyed. At least with our girl detective last season, we got to know her. We knew she was a true believer. She was going to do whatever. They had the connection, she and Jukebox. I just don't believe this. That's why I would prefer if it's old girl daddy that comes and helps Juke make the decision, not Garcia. But this
Nicole would be so proud of you, Jukebox. Oh, I don't want to hear about Nicole.
Shows a quid pro quo situation with Garcia. So I mean, it's going there. It's going there.
Go away from me with that white man. I don't want to see that man. I want to see that man. I don't want to see that man. I don't want to see this man either, because what are you doing, Marvin? What are you doing? This is not a first-person shooter game. What are you doing? I have lost count of how many people Marvin has killed this season. Why? 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 Like, I knew that we were going to circle back. I told y'all last review, it's bunk beds in the background. If it's bunk beds, they didn't show us that baby in the school and here's my number and call Uncle Marvin if you need him for nothing. He's over there doing something and handling business and killing some more people. And Lord behold, here we are. Are we here for Uncle Marvin saving the white babies of the world? We absolutely are, because they need somebody. We need somebody. We want to see him bust down the doors and take charge. And well, like, whatever happened to whooping some ass, Marvin? Marvin used to whoop ass. Marvin used to hem you up. Like, you will be like deaded to a point of losing your life. But you know what? Hey, I'm gonna let you live. I'm gonna get these babies out of here. We are immediately shooting people, like the smallest of the smallest infraction, to something like this. Do we know exactly what was going on in here? No. But oh, Amber's sick. She hasn't been to school. We haven't really heard anything from her. And you have her and this infant of a baby locked inside of a bedroom for what exactly? I'm sure it's something nefarious. I'm sure these are some sick, druggy, whatevers. But Marvin, you can't be shooting everybody. This is not a video game. And then he was like, yeah, tell. I'm like, how can you tell Amber? you shot them, bust down the door. All right, the cops come and tell them it was some druggy, tattooed freak who did it, and runs out the damn door like a banshee out of hell. I said, what are we supposed to do with this? What are we supposed to do with this? This is unbelievable. I can't take it. Marvin is just shooting every single person that he comes in contact with. Ashley,
I liked it. I liked it. Take them out. Take them both out, because they're predatory. We know what was going on in that house, and it was nothing good. Nothing good. 2 shots to the body, 2 shots to the head, whatever you got to do, Marvin. Again, I don't agree with him in everything that he does. But this one, don't ask questions. We don't need questions. I saw enough. I saw the chain. I saw the lock. I saw this baby in here dirty and filthy holding this other little child. Let me go ahead and do this really quick and get out. The problem is, here's another problem. Again, another enemy of the state. The fact that you can't unalive these white folks like that. And knowing the neighborhood was probably Caucasian and clear as well, they saw you go in there, Marvin, big and black, baby. There's no, we're not coming off of this. So he's gonna have to exit stage left. I mean, I get what the writers are doing. They're putting a bunch of red herrings in the game to kind of throw us off what's really gonna happen, because at this point he's got the Italians, he's got Early against him. Now he's gonna have the police against him, and potentially Rock. I mean, because listen, not for nothing, he stepped over boundaries. So, I mean, I get it. Leave us guessing. We'll see. But somebody gonna pay for these white folks dead.
it's just too much. Like, just whoop ass. I just whoop ass, or at least don't. Why you gotta shoot to kill, Marvin? Like, shoot him in the nuts. I think you can live after that. I don't know, but you have him walking up on this man. This man trying to do his job down at the school. Yeah, you got any information on him? Like, it's just too many possibles that can happen from this situation that can come back on you. We cannot. I don't want the show to jump the shark. It has to make it make sense. Now, shows are going to show, but I think that this is a bit too much. How many bodies have Marvin caught this season? It's crazy at this point. B?
Man, you took the phrase I was just going to say, jump the shark, because this is clearly one of those moments. And I just realized, Amber is her name, and Amber Alert, she goes missing. And I'm actually, it's not too many times I will, just approve of the black man saving the little white girl. But they have a relationship here, and this just humanizes Marvin, and I do appreciate the fact that he still is showing up in this little girl's life. They had a connection, so I thought that was dope. But yeah, man, with you, I mean, Captain Save 'em is great. But I'm like, put the pistol away. You could have fought them easily. I mean, the woman would have been no contest. And you could have fought that dude, even if you had a bat. It just that was unnecessary. I don't know how he's going to get out of this situation. His alibi. I mean, you didn't think that through at all. Just tell him a tattooed freak, it shot the people. I'm going to circle back on you. That little girl is not going to remember that. I mean, it was just too many variables going on. Like, somebody had to have heard this, seen what was going on. The white girl was screaming before that. I was this was funny. It was hilarious. It was over the top. I don't know why they decided to. And even if you're going to use the gun, you didn't have to shoot to kill. Like, come on, shoot him in the leg, and then you shot the white woman in the back. Like when she's running, that's never a smart idea, ever,
That's good.
ever. And unless it's even a bad idea to shoot somebody in the back if they're in your home, because they can say, well, they was trying to flee. So yeah, he didn't think this through at all. You know,
I,
they
we're just gonna assume
don't like him.
and hope that Amber POP holds it down and remembers what to say, and nobody's the wiser to ask any further questions. Maybe the cops will see the situation and, somebody, some black haired, dark eyed, eyeliner wearing, druggy, tattooed freak came in here and shot these people. And we're just going to sweep it under the rug and Marvin's going to circle back. All right.
Yeah.
Unique retaliates. Y'all, Unique retaliates. Not so much of that. We have this introduction of this new character, and I was like, do we need another character? If it's not Breeze, get him out of my face. And this ain't Breeze. This is not Breeze. We are retaliating from, you kill my connect, I come over here and kill yours. We do know how much Rock has riding on this. We have a lot of product to move now that the route is up and running and business can go off. But now you shoot our main man, our second main man, because Marvin shot the other one. And we also have this perplex with, Unique rolling in. He's supposed to be laying low, not, any fire. Whatever is connected to you will have blowback with me and Stefano. And I don't want those problems with you and Rock and that. Whatever happens, I don't want to be attached to it. But Unique is being brazen and doing whatever the hell he wants to do. You're not supposed to be dropping bodies, but you are. Ashley, how you feeling about Unique in this new character out of nowhere?
I don't care about Unique at all at this point. Like I said, he could be gone yesterday. I'm just still so over his revenge story. Like, I don't care, Unique. It's just so ridiculous. Now, this was the question I had, and this is what I put on my thumbnail. This new character, is this Breeze? Could this be Breeze?
Please don't.
That's the question I had, and that's the only thing I really care about in this situation. I could give a damn about Unique and his efforts to get retaliation on this woman who ain't did nothing to him. Like, it's just, it feels like patriarchy. It feels like the patriarchy for me, because you're attacking now. Old girl has done some crazy stuff to you in the past. That's what you should be mad at. Shooting up the car with your babies in it, all that. Pernessa, okay. But this time she didn't do anything, and I'm just so over it. Like, it just feels like an angry man attacking a woman, and I don't like it. But this other character, I'm interested in him. I am. I want to know who he is. And they've spent so much time focusing in on him. Is he going to be with us in season 5? Is he going to be like a pivotal character? Could he possibly take Unique's spot if they do decide to off him? I'm interested.
I don't know. I don't see that. I would really prefer that Breeze be more attractive and not have these braids. No, I don't see it for him. But Godspeed to that man. B, do we need another new character? And did you think that this was Breeze? Because anything's possible.
No, I don't. And don't be hating on the Braves, man.
I mean, it's just the combination. Like, I need some swag. I need some. Not that the Braves do not have swag. He just didn't do anything for me that was so impactful that I was like, "Ooh, I wonder what he's coming with and who." Oh, okay. He didn't do much of anything. Like, you killed somebody. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was swagless. I'll give you that. No, I don't think it's Breeze. And I'm with Ashley. I don't care about Unique either. Um, I-
Wait, nobody
he was one of my favorite characters in the first 3 seasons, but this whole revenge thing is stupid, and I don't like it. And he, like, I made a comment earlier about him killing OC, even though I didn't like OC because he stole Kanan's money, but OC still didn't deserve that. But yeah, Unique, I'm over him.
I think we all are. Him picking and choosing with that CTE and when he has common sense, it's worn out. We don't care anymore. But I didn't think they introduced this character enough with enough impact to be like, ooh, like what it was just like some random dude with braids showing up, being a hitman. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Do something else. But we do have this meeting of the meetings that everybody was apparently waiting on. I wasn't everybody, but people were waiting on Kanan and Unique to have a meetup. And Kanan growing up, man. Kanan growing, yeah, like that right there. Shut up, Unique. Shut up, Unique. Kanan growing up in this episode, not only do we have him have a meeting with Unique, but he also has a meeting with Crystal's stepdaddy. Because I mean business around here. I think they're trying. I see what they're trying to do. Do I believe it yet? No. The best thing I did appreciate was him taking ownership. We do see that growth. Yes, I killed your brother. He needed to go. Ronnie was a problem, and I'd do it again. I'm here for that, but Unique in this, yeah, what's up? Welcome, my brother. I don't know if Unique is being honest. I don't think so because that's not the energy that you had when you was Black Hoodie in effect and you rolled up to the apartment looking for Kanan and met OC. That's not the energy you had when you saw Crystal standing across the street and, bumped her shoulder, very Ronnie like. That's not the energy you had. And you didn't, say, I killed OC, I did that, I stole your money, I did it. You didn't say any of that. You say, everybody knows about OC. You looking weak out here. I don't know if he doesn't have as much plex, because, if it's you and Rock, and then that's different. But if it's just you, I don't have no problems with you, Kanan. Or are you trying to sweet talk the situation because you want that connection with Snap, Crackle, and Pop? It could be either one, but they do have a meeting of the minds. B, did this meeting do anything for you? And how did you feel about Kanan giving the stepdaddy a beatdown for being yet another predator? The predators are running rampant in the show.
I forgot all about the beatdown. I was like, oh, he punched him for no reason. But yeah, if he being a creep and sneaking up on the women like that, it was rightfully deserved. I would laugh my butt off when he kicked the mop bucket over at the end. I was like, damn. Yeah, mother effer. I got tickled out of that. That was petty as hell, but it was cool though. As far as the meeting with Unique, I like Kanan's energy. Yeah, I murdered your brother. He needed to be checked, and I checked him. And Unique knew he was, telling the truth. He just wanted to see if he was lying because he was there and saw it. But of course, Kanan doesn't know that. But back to Unique, I'm still over him because you lied to Kanan here, saying that you didn't murder OC, and you stole his money, but you're trying to be all goody goody. I don't believe him. I'm over Unique.
I'm here for. I was like, you see, if you hear, like, what is in your throat, Kanan? Huh? What's in there? If you hear from Crystal, cool, I'll come. It was like it's something in Kanan's throat. I don't know if it's mashed potatoes, mush mouth. It's just very. If you see Crystal, you call me first. I'll be on your ass. Or is your jaw wired shut? Why are you talking like that? that kills me every time. That's comedy. But actually, there was a meeting of the minds. The mans met up. How did you feel about it?
So I actually don't necessarily. I honestly actually do think Unique meant what he said. I respect that. I respect the young man who stands on business. Like I was like, oh, okay, but here's the thing. Unique could be a whole different person tomorrow. He could have a whole different personality. So who's to say who he is today will be who he is tomorrow? Yes, he lied. Yes, this is the perfect entry point, right? Because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. You hate your mother. I hate your mother. You're a young man coming up in this business. You come across as cutthroat. You stand on business. I think he does really like that. Now, does he like it enough to tell him the truth? Absolutely not. Does he like it enough to use him for whatever his purpose is, whether that be to get the connect or do whatever? Sure. The problem is I just really don't care because again, we're moving into the territory of last season, right? Let me hook up with Ronnie and get this done, even though my mom will hate it or whatever. I just feel like really we're this is what we're doing. I just don't care enough about it. And as far as this little too late situation, Crystal told you that man was touching on her months ago. Now you want to pop up at the thing when she's missing? Like, be serious, Kanan. This was about his guilt. This was not about what this man had really done to Crystal. Because quite as it kept, he didn't love that girl. He liked her. He feels disrespected because she was taken, but he wasn't in love with that heifer. Like, let's be honest.
But that's fine though, ain't it?
She was a warm spot. I mean, a hole. That's it. But I'm
Any
just
hole is a
saying,
goal.
I'm saying if you really cared about her and loved her and knew when you were trying to get her to go home, right before they moved into the apartment, he knew he was going to be embarking on this dangerous business. You would have handled him way back then. You would have threatened him. You would have handled it as soon as she told you this man would touch her. Like I just, it was.
Oh yeah, I give you that. Yeah, I give you that.
It was just too little, too late for me. I don't give a damn, Kanan, and you and your Timberlands. Like I don't care.
I just hope I want Kanan to be brighter than this. Like it's just kind of naive naturally that he would just step into this den of snakes and just trust everybody but his mother, verbatim what they said. Like, I'm hoping that there is something peaking that we just haven't seen to where he's not trusting everything that's coming out of Unique's mouth or Snap, Crackle, and Pop. Can we please not, like, let's open it with something. And of course we do leave off this narrative with Rock sitting outside, like, not y'all in there having secret meetings.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did say that I was going to be hands off. But this is where we end up. This is where we end up. How will it all end? We don't know. Where would Kanan go? We have him sit down. I was like, we really dragging this into the mud, and it's just like, we got confirmation. We heard back from our people. It was your mom that put down Famous. And he's like, oh my God. Like, I knew it was her. He has this look on his face, and we leave off of that. And we also have, Big Money, Unique being confronted by brother Lulu. I always love when because Lulu, boy, who's scared of you? He ain't never been plexed by Unique. So I'm always here for their sit downs. And it's, we need to talk. And we gonna come in here and handle business. I don't know how this is going to end. I just, like I said, I want Kanan to be manipulating the audience as well, to where we think like, oh, Kanan is just so stupid. Like, come on, Kanan, you're smarter than this. Like, even though Rock is all those things, there's no reason for you to jump into the den and just trust all of these people. I'm hoping that he's playing the long game. I hope so. But if he's not, that's what we got, and we're going to have him maybe growing from this. I don't think we're going to get what I wanted, which was kind of the family being a united front and playing at it. And then we kind of pulled together and kill Snap, Crackle, and Pop because we knew it was you all along, and we kind of get smarter. I don't see that happening because Kanan is really sucked into this. As far as the meeting of the minds with Unique and Rock and Lulu, we'll see. The threats will be made. Threats will be made. What are you gonna do? I know where your mama stay. I know where Perness at. Make a move. Like, it's gonna be a whole bunch of that, a whole bunch of talk, just to kind of reiterate what we've seen before. But Unique this isn't a business meeting of sorts, or us kind of trying to find common ground. Unique is too gone for that. He feels like a scorned lover. She took the coochie away and then tried to take your life. He ain't never going back. Ashley, how will this end?
I too would like Kanan to be smarter than all of us, and at the end be like, I knew it all along. You were wrong. I would love that, but do I think that's going to be the case? Absolutely not. I'm telling you, all that hate in his heart is blinding. It's a sickness at this point. Anybody who confirms, like, he has confirmation bias, right? Like, I've already believed this thing in my mind. I'm just waiting for somebody else to confirm this thing that I believe. And he thinks his mama is just the straight up devil. So he's going to roll right into this until he's proven wrong. I'm actually hoping that in some part of the finale, he'll get a clue, like a real clue, and just get this vendetta thing out of his head. I think it weakens him as a character, him holding on to this animus towards his mom. It's just, at this point, it's ridiculous. As far as the approach with Big Lou, go on, Lulu. Go on. Let him know who you are. Like, but I would rather have blown some stuff up first before the meet cute. Like, let's not meet. Let me go do some damage first. Let me put in some work, Rock. Let me do that first, and then meet with Unique from a place of power. Maybe we have Pernessa in the trunk already. You know what I mean? That's the type of action and type of time I'm on, because again, Nick doesn't have full brain function. So what good is a sit down going to do with him? He needs to see something visceral so we can get a reaction from him, because yeah, he might not even remember the conversation tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know how it's going to end, Tyra. We'll see. We'll see next week, right? Or week after next. Is there space?
We will. B, how would this end? Or, I mean, well, how would you like for this to go?
Kanan putting his best foot forward and not being random. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, though. I don't blame him for being skeptical and feeling the way he feels, and his reaction when he got the news from Snaps and Pop, it scared me. It made me nervous. Like, oh, do not fall for the banana in the tailpipe. They are the devil. Not your mama's the devil too, but not this time. I understand. Like, he has a valid reason for feeling that way, and he hasn't done anything yet. I mean, he's not listening. Well, I don't want to say that, but it's not like he's shot himself in the foot so far as not trusting Rock, other than him not answering her phone calls. Can y'all still hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, okay, okay. So um hopefully he, is he can put the pieces of the puzzle together and not murder his mom, or do anything that's going to come back and bite him, like just murder somebody else in the crosshairs when they're really the culprit. I think that he's going to find out that they are part of it, or the ringleaders. Now, I don't want them to die yet. Actually, this facial expression you got going on is I'm curious, but I'm gonna be quiet though. And I'm really surprised about the meeting between Rock, Lulu, and Unique. I have no idea how that's going to play out. Because they hate each other right now. And it's Unique's fault because he's tripping. He has no reason to be mad at her, but I love it. I love it. But yeah, hopefully Kanan makes some wise decisions, and I think he's gonna find out that it snaps and pop. It's gonna be a showdown.
I don't know. I'm interested. All right, baby. I'm interested to see because
Okay.
the family against the family. Like nobody wins when the family feuds. I don't want Kanan out there going against his own mama.
Same,
Like,
same.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I want to see them play and manipulate this, and whatever Kanan turns into. Of course, we step into that. But I don't know. Going into this season finale, are we finally meeting Breeze? We have a lot of things happening, interesting things happening in that trailer. You see Pranessa and Lulu watching, and kind of in expectation of always what we thought was coming. Maybe a kidnapping of Pranessa, some threats being made there. Not Lulu, Marvin being rolled up on, being shot at. I think we've been waiting on that scene from the super trailer all season. And it has to happen now with somebody making an attempt on his life, whether it's early Tyler's crew, whether it's, somebody sent by Stefano. Who knows at this point with all the bodies Marvin has dropped, but is, will he make it or won't he? We shall see. But I think the most prevalent thing is Kanan being introduced to somebody and shaking hands, and they're stepping out and they're not revealing who it is. If it ain't Breeze, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Like let's just let that happen and let's see who it is. I really don't think that it's Lamar Jackson is the guy with the braids who was the hit of this episode. Yeah, I don't think he was all that significant to be Breeze. Whoever that is getting out of that vehicle, and it's like I'm thinking that acquaintances needs to happen. This has to be Breeze. And with that being said, there's no way we're getting over into that and Kanan is not all in with Snap, Crackle, and Pop. Why would we be introducing him to anybody if we're not forging ahead as a unit in this crew? So I think they're going to be divided moving forward in that finale. Actually, what are you anticipating with the season finale?
I don't. I have no anticipation. I have no predictions. I honestly don't know. I know I like his sweatshirt here. That's a great color on him. Hopefully Snap, Crackle, and Pop get exposed. Hopefully Marvin gets taken out, which I don't think they're gonna do. And hopefully Kanan gets some sense. That's all I got for it. I'm not. I don't know, Tyra.
we will see, and that would be the most unexpected thing. And I know we joke about, is Marvin going to get a "Am I my brother's keeper" situation with Marvin? That would be crazy. If we escalated that far, that would be really, really crazy. That's something that I wouldn't see coming in the finale episode, and I would be really, really shocked because we always see Marvin always pulls through. Yes, y'all tried you pulled through, blah, blah, blah. But if there are real deep ramifications for what Marvin did, and this isn't a Tony Deep situation where she can just easily kind of get him out of it, and we killed the made man, because I'm not letting anybody kill my brother. Y'all not doing that. Is this another one of those times, or does he actually have to pay? And it has to be at Rock's hands. I wouldn't expect that. That would send me. Okay, if y'all want to do that, go and do that. B, what are you anticipating out of the season finale?
I'll just say this: the only people I would be okay with dying is the cop, the mustache cop, and Snaps and Pop. I want everybody else, and Early can die too. Yeah. Other than that, I don't want anybody else to die. If that happens, I'll be satisfied.
Well, I think when I say that, B, I don't want any of these characters to die. I love and miss all of them. Even Kanan, we know Kanan's not going anywhere, but like even a Marvin or even these people who are really getting on our nerves, I don't want anybody to die, but I do want these characters to evolve.
Yeah.
And I don't think we can do that if we keep killing off the side, inconsequential, oh, the girlfriend, oh, these new people that we introduce, the be realers of the world. We're not really progressing anything. I think with us rolling into a season 5, it's time to make some decisions. Like, come on.
Be Rilla and Imani can pass too.
Thank you, Pete.
Lowell, I'm 50-50.
50-50. But y'all, that was definitely the episode. Thank you guys so much. What we're gonna do is take a little pause for the cause, and then we're gonna come back and let you know what we have coming up on the channel and where you need to be to support us. We will be right back. You guys have been awesome.
Cause I'm trying to go for tonight. Holding, hope you left and right. I just wanna live in a fantasy. I think we deserve it right. Top of the memories I've ever made in my life. Permanent ecstasy. The ladies is pimps tonight. Living inside a dream. Let's lay where the love is like. I put that on my own mama, on my hood. I look fly, I look good. You can't touch my bag, wish you could. I look fly, I look too good. Put that on my own mama, on my hood. I look fly, I look good. You can't touch my bag, wish you could. I look fly, I look too good.
Y'all, the way Ashley and I be dancing in the back. B, I am going to come to you first. Let the people know what you got coming up on your channel.
Yes, I'll be dancing too. And you can get more of my dance moves over here on my channel. Just my opinion reviews on YouTube. I'm just joking. I don't dance that much, but just like a little bit. But I'll talk movies, I'll talk TV. I will be going live again eventually, and I do recaps. I am a little bit behind on Dope Thief and A Good American Family, but I still will be having my recaps and season finales and stuff for those. I have a review coming soon for the next, what is that? The Final Destination and Mission Impossible. So check that out. Like I said, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that good stuff. What else am I talking about on my channel? I can't remember. I do trailer reactions as well and box office, just a little bit of everything. So come through. I got braids as well. I got a lot of stuff. But come through, subscribe. I would love it. I would love it.
I was gonna say that, y'all. B has the bomb taper fade and braids. Go and subscribe to his channel. Ashley, tell the people what we got coming up.
Oh goodness, tonight you guys do not forget that this is members only Blockbuster movie night, and tonight was Tyra's night and she chose Mo Better Blues. So we'll be watching that tonight. And then don't forget, if you get done with your Mother's Day plans early, we are having a Mother's Love movie marathon tomorrow where it's pay to play, but we've got a list, a bevy of movies that we will be watching all about a mother's love. So be sure to join us for that. And y'all know Monday nights are for The Last of Us. In terms of my channel, please be sure to run up. If you're watching Handmaid's Tale this final season, go run up those uploads. They're doing pretty good this season. So check them out if you are watching.
Yeah, y'all see how I actually tried to be cute about it. A mother's love. We got some of the most toxic mothers in this lineup. If you trying to get into the mothers in cinema that pissed you off, a good mommy dearest situation, a good I vacation there, Medea's family reunion, a good stuff. Okay, my mother was a whore. All of that good stuff is going to be over there, and we're going to be reacting to it, having a really, really good time. Who else we got? We got, if you want to, something a little less serious, something like Serial Mom, things like Lady Bird, something like Sparkle, because he going to drag you down to the gutter, okay? We're going to have a good time, so I want you guys to be there for that. Thank you guys so much for supporting us during this live, and we hope that you come back for the season finale next week. I'm going to leave you guys with the pick for the members only watch along. Be sure to join the Sweet Peas, to join the struggle, to be a part of those things, and join the Discord. We have so much fun in the Discord. The way I put them people through in the Discord last night, watching some of the strangest things that you would ever want to see on your TV. That's where we can cut loose, y'all, and do and say the things that we cannot say in this space. And we have, our 200 members, and we would love 200 more. So please get over there and join the collective Discord. I'm gonna leave you guys with this Mo Better Blues. If you are a member, you know where you need to be. Good night, y'all.
Like it or not, you're a dog. You're a good dog, but you're a dog nonetheless.
Get off!
What did you call me? I want a man who knows what he wants. What you and I do is not make love.
What would you call it then?
It's definitely not making love.
You ever heard of the Mo Better? Mo Better makes it Mo Better. What about the others? I like her too. I like women.
It's fun like Jackie Brown. I wanna know what she